so many young fighters that's up and coming that we don't talk about. I'll come on record and say, these guys, that kid Ennis, boo, don't sleep on him. Don't sleep on him. I tell these fighters, don't. Hell of a fighter. I feel like he don't get the credit that he deserves. We talk about a lot of fighters that welterweight, but we don't talk about him. And I think that he's gonna be a problem.
What? You talking about a beast? And again, you know, people want to criticize him. Oh, you're not fighting nobody. Nah. Trust and believe. Boots is the real deal. Boots is the real.
Back in 2022, when Jaron "Boots" Ennis was gradually building his name and climbing the welterweight rankings, boxing legend Floyd Mayweather was keeping a close watch on the young Philadelphia star. Mayweather predicted that Ennis would become one of the biggest names in the sport. Today, Boots has earned the nickname the Bogeyman thanks to his relentless power, blistering speed, and elite boxing IQ. The Philadelphia boxing genius has carved out a reputation as one of the most exciting fighters to watch, and it's easy to see why. Today, while Boots Ennis is known for his highly offensive, explosive, and switch-hitting style, his defensive mastery and ring generalship clearly mirror traits popularized by Floyd Mayweather. One of the most evident similarities is Ennis's elite use of the shoulder roll and Philly shell defense at mid-range. Just like Mayweather, Boots uses exceptional head movement, subtle trunk rotation, and catch-and-shoot mechanics. He baits opponents with a lazy jab or an open stance, only to roll under their punches and fire back with pinpoint counters.
Fighter moves on. Rolly Romero versus Shukatsun. Chukazan, Keyshawn Davis. Chukazan, Ryan Garcia. Chukazan, Devin Haney. Chukazan, Virgil Ortiz. Chukazan, Xander Zayas. Chukazan, Errol Spence Jr.
Prime Errol, probably Errol.
Errol or Manny Pacquiao?
I'm gonna go Errol.
Errol, Terrence Crawford.
Probably Bud.
Bud or Floyd? Floyd or De La Hoya? Floyd or Purnell?
They're my guys.
Floyd, Tommy Hearn.
Floyd's king.
Additionally, Ennis possesses a high boxing IQ and deep psychological composure. Rather than rushing his work, he reads his opponent's body language, manages distance effortlessly, and manipulates the pace of the fight. He applies calculated mid-range pressure to keep opponents off balance, forcing them to engage on his terms. While Ennis fights with a more aggressive, knockout-oriented mindset than Mayweather typically did in his later career, the foundational mechanics, manipulation, slick defensive reflexes, and turning defensive positioning into immediate offense are heavily inspired by the Mayweather blueprint.
Turn the hip, smash that beat, and bend that leg into it. Ready?
With Boots sharing so much with the legendary Floyd, one question that arises is how these two would fare in a fight. This would be a high-speed chess match of elite technical mastery. In the early rounds, Ennis's explosive athleticism, dynamic switch hitting, and raw power would force Mayweather into a tight defensive shell. Boots would utilize physical pressure and heavy bodywork to test Floyd's perimeter. However, Mayweather's unmatched ring IQ and adaptation would take over by the mid-rounds. Floyd would time Ennis's entries, neutralizing his speed with sharp right hands and flawless positioning. Ultimately, Mayweather would defuse the explosive offense, earning a highly competitive tactical decision victory.
I appreciate it very much. He says, Zuma, how do you think Boots would do against a prime Floyd Mayweather? Oof, that's a good one. I couldn't really answer that at this point in time because we haven't really seen Jaron Ennis go up against an elite level fighter just yet. As much as I would like to have an opinion on that, I'm not too sure, but just based off of the eye test, it's definitely going to be a fight for Floyd to figure out. Somebody like Jaron Ennis, who's gifted athletically, good punching power, in dog shape, throws a lot of punches as well, elusive with his defense. It's definitely going to be a big puzzle for Floyd to put together. Floyd's very experienced, great defense, is real good at slowing the pace down to his. I really don't know.
A fight between Floyd Mayweather and Boots Ennis seems exciting. However, the Bogeyman is only days away from fighting for unification at super welterweight against young Puerto Rican prodigy Xander Zayas. This is a fight that has the potential to elevate Boots' status, not just in the division, but in the sport as a top pound-for-pound star. While Zayas will bring his best on July 27th in hopes of successfully defending his titles and sealing his name in history, Boots will try to put an end to the criticism that he's not experienced enough to be considered a boxing great.
Yeah, our squad just, we real tight. We really family oriented, it just having a team and a squad like that, it's unstoppable. And I love having, my team, my guys around me, and we push each other each and every day, and it's a blessing to have our team.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, just last one. Xander, were you surprised that Xander took the fight, being that, he's unified and you're kind of this, guy that people tend to kind of try to avoid, a little bit? Were you surprised?
I mean, no, I ain't surprised, that's good for him, but them belts come back home to Philadelphia, and you're going to hear it in the new, on this Saturday.
Yeah, Jaron, appreciate your time.
Going into this fight, the majority of the boxing world has picked Boots to come out victorious. Johnny Ortiz recently made a shocking prediction, stating that Boots is going to whoop Xander by stopping him in the middle rounds. Ortiz believes this matchup carries a unique regional tension, comparing it to the 2001 fight where Bernard Hopkins defeated Felix Trinidad. He notes that while some native Puerto Ricans are backing Zayas, Philly Ricans are firmly riding with Boots. Ortiz cautions fans from getting too emotionally invested, warning that Puerto Rican fans are going to experience that same heartbreaking feeling they felt when Hopkins stopped Trinidad 2 decades ago.
I feel, how can I put it this way, right? Fellow Puerto Ricans, y'all gonna have that same feeling of back, what year was it? 2001 or 2? When Bernard Hopkins,
I think it was 01.
Yo, so it's gonna be that type of energy. So I tell them, when Puerto Ricans come up to me like, yeah, man, we think Xander from the island, this and that. Philly Ricans is riding with Boots. I can say that Philly Ricans is riding with Boots, but
That is true.
So I tell people who's like into it, don't get too emotionally into it, because that shit is gonna have that same feeling. I remember being a little kid and watching Puerto Ricans get stabbed in their heart when they seen Bernard Hopkins beat the shit out of Tito. So that's gonna happen again, but I think Boots is gonna stop. I got him stopping him.
Ortiz further addressed Zayas' trash talk regarding Jaron Ennis' resume. Ortiz views the comments as a necessary marketing strategy and a display of confidence, but points out that Zayas hasn't faced top-tier opposition either. He rejects the critique that Boots gets hit too much, arguing Zayas absorbs far more damage, as seen in his close fight against Ambrosio Barru. Ortiz concludes that while Zayas is a great warrior who will recover from the upcoming bout, there are levels to boxing. Zayas is good, but Ennis is a generational talent.
Just today, Xander said Boots' resume is trash, that he unified in 23 fights and Boots unified in 30-something fights.
I mean, he's supposed. It's good that he's talking spicy, but
Do you feel like that's him selling the fight?
yeah,
Or
I think
is he really feel...
I think it's that energy. I think it's like Xander ain't trying to be like a bad guy and all that, but you gotta walk in with some type of confidence, and you gotta sell the fight and all that. Now, with the media, they always gonna push that, oh yeah, Boots haven't fought nobody, this and that, but who has Xander fought? So that's how I look at it. And then the whole critique, oh yeah, Boots get hit, Xander get hit way more. If Xander was in a dogfight with what's the name? Baru. Yeah. If that was Boots, they would have been like, oh man, it's good. But Xander, oh yeah, he's from the island. He had a great fight. He is a warrior. If that was Boots, he would have been getting criticized if it was that close of a fight. So people can't really name who Xander for. I personally like Xander, but he's gonna get his ass whooped. You're gonna see all the boom, bing, boom, pink shows, boom. Southpaw angles is gonna be all over.
All right, do me a favor. Let them know that you Rican.
Yeah, I'm black and Puerto Rican. I'm black and Puerto Rican.
Before they get mad at me.
Yeah, I'm black and Puerto Rican. That's why I said I got Puerto Rican family, and when they talk boxing, they come to me. One thing I can say about Puerto Ricans, which is great, that Puerto Ricans is an all-mag support. You hear the music.
Facts. And of course, and yo, if you from Philly, Chris is high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So one thing you gotta give it to him. That's why I hope all Puerto Ricans, they come in and support him even after this ass whooping. I think Xander deserves the support, because not just one ass whooping he can still have a great career. I just hope Boots don't beat the shit out of him that bad that he don't be himself afterwards. But I believe Xander's young, he can recover, and hopefully have a great career. But his level.
Coach Greg Hackett also addressed the trash talk by Zayas and was quick to shut it down, stating that Zayas is simply saying stuff to motivate himself before the fight. Hackett feels that Zayas stands absolutely zero chance of causing an upset against Boots. Co-host Corey Spinks, meanwhile, feels that Zayas is going to cause an upset purely because he's confident in himself. Zayas was quick to point out Spinks as being delusional. According to Hackett, Zayas has been fed easy fights like on a platter, while Boots has been criticized his entire career. Hackett has no doubt regarding who the better boxer is going into this fight.
Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas said a lot of different things in the fight. He said
that he will be victorious.
He said Jaron Boots Ennis is flat-footed and he doesn't like it to the body. What's your reaction?
Yeah. Pause. I think he's saying whatever he got to say to motivate himself. I think he's saying whatever he got to say to try to make himself believe that he's ready for this fight and that he coming to fight.
He gonna win.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
He gonna win. What you talking about?
Corey, I don't know what they got down going on in St. Louis. Chill. Leave it alone.
He gonna win.
I'm telling you.
I believe in these kids.
No, you can believe it. You can believe in whatever you want. He going to hell for this one.
Oh my
God! Determination. If they think Boost finna get this kid out of here, y'all tripping, bro.
Hey, Corey Spinks, you tripping? You high right now? You gotta be high. Gotta be.
What makes y'all say? What makes y'all say that? Because of who the people he did it to? Who have he did it to?
No. We talking about the mentality of the fighters. No. Listen to me. We talking about the mentality of the fighters. One man was given everything he got. The other man, he's been criticized his whole career. He's angry. He's mad. He's ready to go. I'm telling you, he gonna hurt that kid.
That ain't true.
I'm telling you, it's true. He gonna hurt that kid.
This kid haven't been he had whatever he got, he had to go.
Mexican veteran Elamiliano Vargas, who will be fighting Bryce Mills on the undercard in Brooklyn on June 27th, praised Xander for taking this fight against the Bogeyman so early in his career. Vargas had a blueprint for the young Puerto Rican, explaining how underdog Zayas can defeat Boots Ennis. Vargas advised Zayas to fight with a high, tight guard reminiscent of Miguel Cotto rather than trying anything reckless. The essential key to victory, according to Vargas, is consistent body work. He emphasizes that no one enjoys taking body shots and points out that nobody has successfully targeted Ennis's body yet. By attacking the torso, Zayas can take away Boots' movement, break his rhythm, and force him into an inside battle.
I think he can win that fight. And I told, a lot of these people that if he could come real tight, like Miguel Cotto, real tight, not try to do anything crazy and work the body, I haven't seen anybody work the body on Jaron Ennis. Nobody. And look, nobody likes body shots. I don't care who you are. Oscar was robbed with a body shot against his own will, against Bernard Hopkins, like things like that. Nobody likes body shots. So I've been in there with some slick fighters like Jaron, and you know, that are sharp and things like that. You touch that body, you know, they start fading. They start, now they're in the inside with you. Now they can't move as much. Now they, so just based off my experience and things like that, I mean, I think he could get the job done if he goes to the body real tight like Miguel Cotto. But all respect to Xander. I mean, he has 2 belts on the line. It's only, upside for Boots Ennis, and he still took the fight. Xander still put the fight together and, called for the fight, and I have nothing but respect for him. Win, lose, or draw, you got to give a different level of respect for Xander Zayas.
Former Michigan boxing pro Andre Dirrell also shared his thoughts on the fight. Dirrell wasn't ready to pick a winner, but believes Jaron Ennis possesses the superior style to potentially shut out Xander Zayas. According to Dirrell, victory depends heavily on ring psychology. Dirrell points out that if Zayas turns the match into a grueling dogfight, walks through punches, and disrupts the distance, Ennis will face serious trouble. Ultimately, Dirrell concludes that Ennis holds all the cards in terms of natural ability, but lacks a decisive edge if he cannot maintain control.
I want to say Boots, right? I don't have a winner definitively, right? Because I think Zayas is definitely going to bring the punch. He's gonna bring everything he got to this fight. He's gonna stay on him. Like, this is what I believe. I think Boots has the style to beat and even shut out Xander Zayas. But if Xander becomes a dog in there, that's where Boots will have the problem. Now, he can punch, tick for tack. He can go back and forth. He can beat you to the punch. He can slip and shoot, right? But when Xander is landing punches, is walking through punches, and he's controlling the distance or covering ground when you try to control the distance, Boots, right? Then that's when he has the upper hand, because Boots can't seem to fold. You know what I'm saying? When that kind of situation arises. If Boots can't control the distance, he'll have a hard time controlling the fight, and it could be Zayas. So I don't have a definitive pick right now, but I do know Boots holds all of the cards as far as ability to get this.
Pro boxer Jawahi Tucker, who has sparred the Philadelphia boxer, firmly believes Boots has the win against Zayas. Tucker describes Ennis as incredibly sharp, noting that he will expose holes in Zayas' game due to the difference in their levels. While he acknowledges Zayas is coming to fight and won't just lay down, Tucker questions how much resistance Zayas can truly offer. He adds that while opponents might see brief counter opportunities against Ennis, Boots is a master at punching back from crazy angles the moment you think you have him.
Man, he's sharp as hell, and it's one of those things to where, he's a sharp guy. You can't make mistakes with that guy, you feel me? I think he can expose some of Xander's holes. I know Xander's going to come in with a good game plan and everything, but I think there's levels to it. I think Jaron's on a different level right now.
How competitive is that fight going to be?
I don't think Xander's coming to lay down. I don't think Xander's coming to just give up his championships, but I don't know how much resistance he can actually offer, Word, it's a little different word.
Because I think one thing, Zayas, when he says he sees something, you watch Jaron when he knocks out a Lima or he knocks out a Delorme.
Yeah.
And he gets very, zealous. He would think overzealous offensively, trusting his athleticism, trusting his angle, feeling like the chin's exposed here or there for counter. What do you think of that, if that's what Xander's banking on a little bit?
You want to know, listen, as a fighter, he'll see some things. And as fighters, we're all susceptible to get hit. Nobody's indestructible. Nobody's untouchable. So I just feel like, if your best chance to beat somebody is to knock them out, or to catch them in that split second, then it becomes an odds game. Okay, cool. What's going to happen? Is that going to happen? And there's a chance that it could happen. But would I put my money on it? I would.
It seems like he's really good at that opening is seemingly there, but he punctuates with another punch right after that from a crazy angle.
He's good at doing that. He's good at punching when you punch. When you think, I got him, he's like, I got you. But by the time you realize it, everything's already in motion, bro.
The boxing world clearly has Boots beating Xander Zayas in the upcoming fight. While Zayas is praised for taking up this challenge, very few see him coming out victorious. We'd love to hear from you, though. Do you have Boots winning this fight, too?